A choice cut of beef rubbed with cracked pepper, salt, garlic, and thyme, roasted perfectly to medium rare. Here is the only way to make reverse-seared standing rib roast. I had a bunch of friends up last weekend and I served this roast beef for dinner. They said stuff like it was the best prime rib they ever had. It cut like butter. It was so very tender. I gotta tell you, I'm feeling pretty proud. My job right now, though, is to show you how to make this same perfectly prepared meal. We're gonna start by prepping the meat. I have a 6-pound standing rib roast. Bones are on, notice the marbling. The fat is what gives the roast so much flavor. Take the roast out of the fridge an hour before you intend to roast, pat it dry, let it come to room temperature. Next is the seasoning. We suggest you keep things simple. There are 2 parts to our flavorful, fragrant rub. I have 3 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna peel them, then roughly chop them. I also have about 2 tablespoons of fresh thyme. I place it onto the garlic, chop everything up together. You can reserve this to the side. A simple trick with salt and pepper. 2 tablespoons of black peppercorns, give them a rough chop. We're gonna place them into a small bowl along with 3 tablespoons of salt. Now you can use kosher salt or do what I do and toss in a few sea salt flakes into the mix for added texture. We're gonna mix the pepper and salts together. Now let's season the meat. We're gonna start by rubbing the meat with about 2 tablespoons of canola or vegetable oil. Make sure to coat all of the meat and bones. Now we rub in that salt and pepper mix, distributing it evenly over the whole roast. Lastly, the mix of garlic and chopped thyme. Again, just make sure you cover the meat in a uniform manner. Next step, we're getting ready to roast the beef, and we'll be doing this in 2 stages. First stage is gonna be a slow roast over moderate heat. The second stage is gonna be where we sear the meat on high. For stage 1, let's preheat the oven to 300 degrees with the rack in the middle position. For this to work perfectly, and it will, you're gonna need the following tools. I have a large baking sheet into which I'm resting a wire rack. I'm placing the seasoned roast onto that rack. The bones are standing upright. Why the shallow pan and wire rack? So that hot air can circulate all the way around the roast for an even cooking temperature. You're also gonna need a meat thermometer, whether the traditional kind that sits in the meat with an indicator on doneness or a probe thermometer with an external gauge. I find this to be more accurate, so I insert the probe into the meat. Notice I'm not touching the bone. I then transfer the roast into the oven, close the oven door, attach the wire to the gauge, and set the internal cook temperature to 115 for medium rare. So now the roast roasts. Funny how it works that way. We're doing a 6-pound piece of meat today, which will take somewhere between an hour and 45 minutes and 2 hours to reach that important 115 degrees. When the temperature is reached, the signal sounds, we know part 1 of our roasting is done. Bring the roast out of the oven. It looks so delicious. We're gonna tent it loosely with foil, then we're gonna leave it to rest for anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. While the roast is resting, it gives us a chance to work on some side dishes, but not too many. Remember, the roast beef is the star of this show. If you're so inclined, you might want to try our very puffy Yorkshire pudding. They go perfectly with this. I also like to make a very flavorful gravy. We call it a jus, and I'm going to show you how to make that next. Start by placing a cup of dried cremini mushrooms into a bowl. Cover them with boiling water. Leave them to cool. When they are cool, strain the liquid into a measure containing beef stock. You're gonna need a total of 2 cups of liquid. Then chop up the mushrooms, set them to the side. Now we're over to stovetop where I've set out all of the ingredients for the jus. I have a medium-sized saucepan, moderate high heat. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of pan drippings from the roast plus 2 tablespoons of butter. Once the butter melts and gets hot with the drippings, I'm adding 2 shallots and 2 cloves of garlic. Both are finely chopped. Stir them in and cook for about 5 minutes until soft and fragrant. Right about now you're thinking this smells so fantastic. You're right, let's continue and build that flavor profile. Next, I'm sprinkling the pot with 2 tablespoons of flour, stir it in and let it cook for about 1 minute. Then add 1 cup of dry red wine, whisk it in to remove all the lumps. Let's build that flavor profile by adding the beef broth. How about 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 2 sprigs of fresh thyme, the chopped mushrooms, and salt and pepper to taste. Bring the jus to a boil, then reduce to simmer, leaving it to reduce slightly for about 20 minutes. Right before you serve the roast, strain the jus and you're good to go. Back to the standing rib roast. Second stage, reverse sear. This is gonna finish the cooking. It's gonna lock in the flavor. It's gonna crisp up the outside. Preheat the oven to 450 degrees. Set the internal cook temperature on the gauge to 130 degrees for medium rare. The roast goes back into the oven. This final sear will take maybe 10 to 15 minutes. When the roast comes out of the oven, you'll notice how the outside is gorgeously crispy. To serve, a sharp knife to cut away the bones. This is our first look at the doneness. Excellent. Transfer the roast to a cutting board or serving platter. We are cutting slices. Look how perfect. This is medium rare. Lastly, you're now ready to enjoy this spectacular meal with your favorite sides. Serve it with our beef and mushroom jus. We suggest a beautiful bottle of red or champers. A meal like this really is cause for celebration. You'll find the full recipe up at weekend@thecottage.com. Please subscribe to our website when you're visiting. Look for this video and all the videos for the sides you're gonna make on our dedicated YouTube channel. You can subscribe to it as well. And then finally, when you make this meal, please take a picture of it. Post it using hashtag weekend@thecottage when you post your pics on your favorite socials like Pinterest, the Gram, and Facebook. Reverse seared standing rib roast. As I said off the top, my friends and I sure loved it. I know you will too. Make no bones about it. Enjoy. Look what I snagged. Beautiful.